What's up guys, gals, non-binary pals, and none of the above. This is DL returning to you with more KSL Sinnoh Melee content. This is a week 1 match between Hydra and Blaze we're about to cover. It's already happened, but Hydra decided to play both of his week 1 games while I was sleeping. So that's very kind of him. So first off, we got Blaze's team: Gengar, Lucario, Normal type Clefable, Mesprit, Evire, Armaldo, Charizard, Torterra, and Wailord. And Hydra has Gyarados, Flygon, Rotom Fan, Fortress, Blissey, Sceptile, Gallade, Skuntank, and Aggron. So definitely gonna expect, I think Hydra's top 5 is really strong ones in this. Aggron's more of a lead. I could see Gallade coming as well, potentially Sceptile for the speed control, because Sceptile does outspeed everything on Blaze's team. So maybe Sceptile, but Gallade could also be really nice for the fighting resist for the Lucario, which is pretty threatening against his team. Though he does have a pretty nice Rotom Fan, so maybe a physically defensive Rotom Fan could come with the Lucario. The special Lucario could actually still break pretty decently since it has the fighting stab to get through Blissey. It can also help ignore the Intimidate from Gyarados, could be nice for it. And on Blaze's side, Torterra actually has a pretty solid matchup. That ground typing makes it neutral to water. So yeah, Gyarados is going to be a huge threat. His only water resists. Holy crap, boys. His only water resist is Wailord. So probably a physically defensive Wailord's going to have to come for Gyarados, help check Flygon a bit as well in that case. And probably potentially like a Scarf Evire could come to try to help deal with the Gyarados. An Ice Punch for Flygon can help maybe take on this Rotom a bit too with the electric immunity that it has. So you're definitely expecting the Wailord to come. The Charizard probably gets benched. And Hydra has an array of hazards at his disposal with Fortress, so I'm expecting Armaldo to also make an appearance. But, and obviously he's going to bring Gengar and Lucario. And then he's going to get these two. So potentially Clef or Mesprit maybe getting benched. But there's not really the fighting type on Hydra's side is Gallade, so I think Clef's pretty solid too, especially if it brings some Thunder Wave to help deal with Gyarados. So potentially something like an Ice Beam for Flygon. Could attack really easily to take on anything it needs to. So anyways, let's get into the game. For leads, I'm expecting maybe a Flygon here, and maybe something like a Clefable or Mesprit on Blaze's side. So you see, Gallade for Evire. Okay, so Gallade did seem like a pretty strong bring, and so did Evire. Yes, we're straight into the Mesprit. I guess the Blaze considered this Gallade a pretty big threat because he does bring the Mesprit. Nice. So leftovers. No, life orb. My bad. On the Gallade, so that explains why that did so much damage. So it brings out the Skuntank, which makes sense if he's really putting a lot of eggs into this Gallade basket to bring the Skuntank to try to eliminate the Mesprit. So he goes for the Pursuit as he stays in because he has Culver Berry. And, that's a pretty weak Culver Berry pop, but he U-turns without taking too much. The Torterra does make an appearance as well. It shows Leech Seed, and he's got Rocks up now too. Just going to start chipping him down. Nice double into the Mesprit, predicting the Gallade to come in. But the excess is going to be 53% at this point. Yeah, Gallade has quite strong attack, and all Blaze is going to do is U-turn out. This is a really interesting decision here. I think a poor one is going into the defensive mod here. Like with Gallade at this HP, you should go into something offensive to force this out. Especially because there's a good chance this is maybe like a 4-attack Gallade carrying Ice Punch. But he's going to switch out anyways. So he goes for the Wood Hammer. Unless this is maybe an offensive variant of Torterra, but I doubt it because it's carrying Leech Seed. And yeah, the Fortress is a free switch into this thing every time it does. So he goes into the Evire on the Fortress. It reveals to be special and potentially mixed with the Flamethrower. It's a lucky burn on the Rotom. So that's going to be really nice for Blaze to wear this thing down. So he sacks the Mesprit to rocks, and Rotom reveals to be Rest. Interesting. So we'll have to see what the rest of its moveset is. Torterra just fires off a Leech Seed. Probably going to get a Spike up here on Fortress side. Expect our Maldo to come in. Predict that. But yeah, it's the spin, which does also get rid of the Leech Seed. So nice play from Hydra. Expecting us attempt to spin, but he has the fully healthy Rotom. Yep, that always comes in pretty easily on this thing. So the Wailord does make an appearance. Strange to bring it in on the Rotom. So Blaze brought the Torterra, the Armaldo, and the Wailord, Mesprit, and Evire. So he's only got one thing left on the bench. Which means he sat 2 of 3 between Gengar, Lucario, and Clefable. Which seems questionable. Whereas Hydra's missing 2 mons here. Probably Gyarados and Flygon, I'd imagine. I could see him benching the Blissey in lieu of Lucario being such a big threat in this generation. So it's a trapping Wailord, it looks like. Protect Whirlpool, but the trapping damage doesn't do very much in this generation. It's only 1/16th, whereas nowadays it's 1/8, and that close combat just hit a million. With Toxic. Protect should get him out here, but yeah, this thing is super weakened now. Hydra's got to be happy with that. He's got the Garrett in the back. So the Flygon will also be a beneficiary of that. I don't know if that crit mattered or not, but probably not based on the close combat damage. Does Blaze have a Steel type? Yeah, it still doesn't resist Dragon. He has no Dragon resists. I know. No, it does resist Dragon. It doesn't resist ground. So yeah, Flygon's super strong into this team. Usually you'd think of Flygon these days primarily as a ground type, but you know, it's Gen 4, so Dragon Stab is busted. So Hydra gets off a nice Wisp on the Torterra. I don't really see what this Torterra is actually accomplishing this game. I don't know, Blaze. So it is Lucario, so he benched Gengar. I mean, I guess he does have the Pursuit Trap Skunk Tank that Gengar has a hard time hitting. He overpredicts with Ice Punch and gets exploded on for his troubles. Yeah, he's going to E-Speed and throw it away. The Flygon just crit again. Is he Scope Lens Flygon? Yeah, Torterra is pretty good against Flygon. That's one thing it does have going for it. But it's just so passive. Yeah, Skunk explodes as well. So basically he's just paving the way for his 2 physical sweepers, which makes sense. Yeah, you know, at this point Garrett just wins. I mean, Evire's still healthy. But yeah, this thing should go down to the next waterfall. He just leeches again. The Torterra is faster than the Gyara. Interesting. Was that Scarf Torterra with Leech Seed? Oh, so Hydra meant to make Gyarados Scarf. Yeah, he'll just wear this thing down with Rotom and then be able to clean it up with either Gyara or Flygon as he chooses. So yeah, really well executed game plan from Hydra. The Glade did an excellent job of just chipping, like breaking for him with the Life Orb, and you know, Skuntank and Fortress did a nice job of facilitating that with their hazards, the pursuit to wear down the Mesprit, which was the main thing, stopping Glade from just chunking everything, and as well as the double explosion, just really fit well with his game plan, which is to clean up with his big physical boys, the Gyarados and the Flygon. So really well played from Hydra. On Blaze's side, I feel like he just was at a bad position the entire game. He couldn't revenge kill a Gallade Like after he got like a free switch into it or whatever, he brought out a Torterra, which has 0 pressure. So he just had 0 pressure the entire game. I don't know if he was like over preparing for like the Blissey potentially with the Torterra. Torterra. Flygon was a huge threat to his team, so I guess I kind of understand it. But it just cedes all pressure. Get it? Leech seed. I don't understand this Wailord set. I guess Scald doesn't exist this generation, but I just felt like he was really underprepared. Like Hydra came in with the game plan and executed it perfectly, and I feel like Blaze just couldn't do anything with whatever he had. Maybe he should have just brought a more heavily offensive team, and that would have worked better against this strategy. Hydra's team's not super fast. The fastest mon here is Flygon, then it goes to like Gyarados, or actually I guess Rotom and Skuntank are both faster than that. But yeah, like when he's got Pokemon like Gengar, he maybe could have gone Colbur Berry Gengar to try to avoid Skuntank. I guess he was really scared of that pursuit. The Evire, I think, could have been. I guess he is mixed. The Flamethrower. I suppose Fortress has higher physical defense than special defense. That's probably why he has the Flamethrower. But maybe the Evire could have been played better, more aggressively. The Lucario doesn't even come out until the very end. Yeah. And the Armaldo, like, very telegraphed the spin. Really nice rest bring from Hydra, recognizing the importance of his hazards in the matchup, making sure to keep his spin blocker alive, because Armaldo poses absolutely 0 threat whatsoever to it as long as he can stop the other mons from killing it. But yeah, just super well played from Hydra. Congrats, and thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the next video.